my name's Lee, and today I'm going to take you through a longer men's haircut utilizing a line and layer technique. This methodology will enable you to take the guesswork out of longer men's hair and give you the tools for more efficient and effective results in your everyday work life. As you can see, my model's hair is sitting quite flat and has some undesired length. I've assessed that he has a fun, straight hair type with relatively calm hairlines. I've decided to add strength and personality to this look by using a strong line and layer as the foundation. Firstly, I'm going to thoroughly spray down the hair. This will allow me to control and section the hair in a much cleaner and neater fashion. I'm choosing a practical section pattern here, allowing for accuracy and efficiency. I'm focusing a lot on what's happening above the round of the head and below the round of the head, and setting up my section map from there. This allows me to effectively mitigate what I see in any zone of the head. I'm going to start by taking a horizontal section in the nape. I like to use the section line to dictate my cutting line. I want a square line in the nape, so it makes sense to me for my section line and cutting lines to be parallel. I'm using the razor to remove length and focusing on a short, sharp motion with the blade to achieve a broken up edge. I will repeat until the section is complete. Next, I'm going to use the very last piece of hair from the line as a guide for my layering. Switching to my scissors now, I will keep the shape horizontally and vertically square throughout this zone. Each section travels directly back towards me, retaining some length behind the ears. The layering was cut vertically, so I will cross-check horizontally. Once I'm happy with the balance, I can move on. It's time to move on to the sides now. I'm choosing to cut the sides next because they are still below the round of the head. Remember at the start I mentioned a focus on these points. A simple way to break down these haircuts is to assess what is happening above and below the widest points of the head. I'm going to use the length from the back as a guide to create a line working towards the face. Moving on now, I'm going to focus on the back of the head again, but this time above the rounding of the head. In this case, it's the occipital bone. Each section will be directed back towards me, which will again create a square shape to retain some length behind the ears. I will then connect the front to the back using over direction. This is to ensure density is left in the front zones so we don't disturb the more delicate hairlines. Repeat on the other side. Now it's time to cut the top. Before I make any decisions here, I need to assess what lengths I have to work with and how the expanded shape will look once it falls. I want to retain length around the face, so I'm going to start my layering here to ensure that I get the correct choice of length. I'm using a triangular shape on the top to slim down the density towards the crown. This also allows me to connect the lengths together in this zone. As the top was cut vertically, I will now cross-check horizontally. Once balance has been achieved, I will move on to the styling. Next, I'm going to use the texturizing scissors to soften the client's sideburns to their particular taste. Once the layering is complete, I'm going to go through the whole haircut and create channels with the razor to encourage movement and texture. I'm choosing to use a sea salt spray to help with volume and texture. I chose this product because it's light enough for me to still be able to refine the cut in the later stages. With my Dyson Supersonic on a medium heat and a medium speed, I'm going to first focus on getting the root direction set by wrap drying with a vent brush. Remember, heat will tell the hair what to do better than any product ever will. Once I'm happy with the wrap dry and root direction, I will switch to a medium-sized round brush and smooth out the mid-lengths and ends while simultaneously adding volume. Now for the refinement stage. Start at the internalmost point. I'm going to work in vertical panels and point cut any heavy layer lines to add a soft and natural finish. Always take your time here. If the section of hair you are holding is unbalanced or hard to visualize, fan out the section like this. Now it's time to style the hair. I'm choosing to use a matte finish styling powder at the roots to add some extra volume and definition. Only putting powder at the roots allows for maximum control while keeping movement and flow throughout the ends. I'm using my fingertips to separate and push the hair to where I want it to sit. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and took away some useful tips and tricks to use in your salon or barbershop. To see more like this, please visit our extensive education library